Good evening, this is STV News. A video conference was held on the 9th of the 20th by the finance ministers of 20 countries and regions such as Japan, the United States, Europe, and China. Finance Minister Taro Aso emphasized at the meeting that G20 should be highly evaluated for cooperating to respond to the crisis and prevent the global economy from bottoming out. He continued to cooperate and respond with the aim of converging the new coronavirus and recovering the economy. The meeting was chaired by Saudi Arabia. The discussions so far have confirmed the importance of international cooperation on the development and contributions of vaccines and have agreed on the framework for debt reduction and exemption in developing countries. Finance Minister Aso told reporters on the night of the 20th that it was a great achievement. The outcome of the meeting will be reflected in the discussions at the G20 summit held on both 21st and 22nd. The G20 finance minister initially planned to hold a dinner at the summit. The spread of the infection made it difficult to hold face-to-face meetings, so the meeting was changed to an online meeting. Italy will be the presidency next year. The International Maritime Organization, a specialized agency of the United Nations, announced on the night of the 20th a draft treaty revision to introduce new international rules to reduce carbon dioxide emissions of ocean-going vessels carrying cross-border transportation activities. Approved mandatory fuel efficiency equivalent to that of new ships for existing ships that were not subject to regulations. If the fuel consumption performance is rated, the evaluation is low. An improvement plan will be submitted. The new rules will be adopted at next year's meeting and are expected to come into effect in 2023 at the earliest. The draft treaty revision was approved by the Marine Environment Protection Committee, chaired by Japan, with the participation of approximately 110 countries and regions. IMO has adopted a long-term goal of having CO2 emissions from 2008 by 2018 and 1950. In the shipping industry, there are moves to switch to liquefied natural gas fuel and to use hydrogen as fuel in order to reduce the environmental burden. A government subcommittee on the new coronavirus has put together a proposal to review the Go-To campaign. Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga was cautious about strong infection control measures in consideration of the economic impact, but he was forced to make a strict decision due to the rapid spread of infection nationwide. On the other hand, the Prime Minister will not send a message to the people in the press conference before the 3 consecutive holidays from the 21st, and the situation where the Prime Minister's face cannot be seen continues. Chairman Shigeru Omi of the subcommittee said there is a high possibility that the public health system and medical care provision system will be tight sooner or later. After the meeting on the 20th, expressing a strong sense of crisis about the current situation, at the press conference, Yasutoshi Nishimura, the minister in charge of economic revitalization, had no choice but to respond to the subcommittee's proposal by considering immediate response. While the number of new infections with the new coronavirus is renewing the highest number every day, the number of beds for corona patients is becoming tighter in various places. According to the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, the bed usage rate as of the 18th was worse in 37 prefectures than it was a week ago. In 9 prefectures, it exceeded 25% and the spread of infection reached the second most serious stage 3 level out of 4 stages. In Hokkaido and Hyogo Prefecture, the number of inpatients is increasing in various places, such as deterioration of 10 points or more for 2 consecutive weeks. On the night of the 20th, the government's countermeasures subcommittee announced the view the medical care provision system is likely to be tight sooner or later in these areas. HATAOKA couldn't improve his score because Pat didn't sing. If you missed the birdie chance of about 3 meters in a row with 14 and 15 in the first half, Boogie will lead in 16th. If even one was decided in the first half, I think the flow in the second half would have changed. He regretted. There is only one birdie on this day at number 3, par 3. Although the gap with the leader was wide, he said positively, I think that if you play golf even one day, you can compete for the top position. I want to do my best for another 2 days. In the Spanish First Division Soccer League, Huesca's Shinji Okazaki returned for the first time in 5 games from an injury to his left leg in the match against Osasuna and participated in the second half 30 minutes. The match was a 1-1 draw. Okazaki was injured in the league match in early October and declined the Japan national team's expedition to the Netherlands. Nordic Skiing World Cup jumping men's qualifying for the first individual round was held in Wisła, Poland on the 20th, and Yukiya Sato flew 129 meters advanced to the main race on the 22nd with 128.6 points in second place. The 132-meter Camille Stoch tops the list with 135.3 points. Ryoyu Kobayashi, who is aiming for the first overall victory in 2 seasons, is in 14th at 20 meters. Daiki Ito was in 13th. Junshiro Kobayashi was 43rd, and Keiichi Sato was 48th. Naoki Nakamura lost the qualifying in 52nd place. Sumo wrestler TAKAKEISHO Ozeki defeated Shimanumi on the 20th, the 13th day of November, to win his 50th victory this year and confirmed his first win of the year on his own. This is because Masayo Shin Ozeki, who is in second place with 48 wins and is close, did not enter the efforts on the 14th day. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow for another news update.